Okay guys, welcome back to another Outlast video. Today we're going to be showing a very detailed portion for people trying to do their insane runs. As I know from experience, insane run can be very difficult, so I want to give you my experience of how I was at least able to complete mine and how it can make your experience a lot easier. So this is going to be for Dr. Trager. It can be a very difficult part. Can definitely be one of the first parts I think that really challenges you in terms of game changing anything. The reason why this can be very difficult is if you're just not used to being quick. This chapter can, in the beginning, can be very, how should I say this? You can do it with relative ease. It's kind of rewarding for you kind of messing up a little bit, so you don't have to worry about messing up too bad unless you're really slow, because this is just a really large chase section. But it's also teaching you how the push mechanic works. So you're just going to kind of go through this first part relatively fine. There's no need to be scared. You are not going to need your camera for this part, so you will not be needing your. But as soon as you're in here, you pretty much, your entire point is to pretty much get in here. And as soon as you get in here, you're going to climb through this vent like you do in the regular game. Climb right through here and you're going to instantly hit that. And you're just going to send it, pretty much. Don't be scared. You don't really need to use your camera that often for this, because you're going to see the hole come up anyways. Yeah. So pretty much, as soon as you come right through here, you're going to run for your life. Right past him. Because he's going to start screaming. Close the door. You're going to block this. Don't be too scared. Because as soon as you block this, they essentially lose interest in you. They're kind of like, alright, yeah. You know, you gotta go find through another way. You'll hear the voice lines. You're just gonna run right through here. You're gonna take a left. Once you cut right through here, this is just a relatively easy chase scene. Just be careful of, you know, jumping. This part can get you killed if you don't time it right, but you should be able to do it relatively easy. You're just gonna want to speed run through this. Pretty much. You're just gonna want to just spam jump, kind of, when you're getting through the climbing sections. Okay, right here. Pro tip, close the door. Just do it every time. Do it every time or else you're gonna die. Just spam square, and you'll get the cutscene. So that's the first part. Now we get to Dr. Trager. This part can be done, once again, relatively easy. The strategy for this is pretty much be as aggro as you can. As in, literally, it doesn't matter if he sees you. If he sees you, you pretty much, you kind of want him to see you, because there's going to be so many times throughout this part. I don't know if I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to try to do this all in one run. But you pretty much, for this, are going to want him to chase you, because you're going to lock him in a room, and then he's going to be forced to break out. But by then, the push mechanic comes back. But a lot of this can be done with good preparation. I really wish in insane mode they allowed the option to skip cutscenes, because for speedrunning purposes, I guess. But also for the fact of how it's kind of, I hate having to sit here and watch this cutscene. It's good in your first couple playthroughs, but then it just kind of feels like a drag. Because you already know what the entire story is, you already know what you're doing. But anyways. This shouldn't be very difficult. But once again, this is a very... This part can be a run ender if you don't know what you're doing. If you're kind of weird and just don't like if you're not used to playing aggro and are very scared, this can definitely mess you up. Because if you play like terrified and you try to hide every time that he's coming around, this could take way longer. The strategy that I do, it turns this into a very fast-paced thing. That bed you want to remember. That's the bed that we're gonna hide in there. Should do us a favor, so that you don't have to hear screaming. But basically, what we're gonna do is, as soon as this cutscene's over, you're gonna want to run out, and then you're gonna hide under. It's not the one that's right next to the door, but it's the one that's. It's next to the door, but it's not the one that's like right next to the door. It'll be as soon as we go out through this door, and you'll take a left instantly. The bed will be right there. You're gonna hide there, and then you're gonna wait for Traeger to run out. But of course, you gotta sit through this freaking QTE, which is always so fun. But, you know, I guess this would offer some fun. I think my whole experience with, you know, playing with this insane mode, I think it kind of just gave me better understanding of the game. Definitely, if you're doing speed runs and you're trying to do like no glitch speed runs, definitely playing the game multiple times on insane mode can help, because it kind of just gets you in the practice of playing scared but not playing scared at the same time. Because, you know, every hit you get like one tapped by every major enemy. I don't remember if Traeger one taps. He might not. I think he might two tap, but I don't think he one taps. I know no matter what, Chris will one tap. So that's just always something to remember. But this part we are gonna use. This part you don't really have to use your camera, but I sometimes will use it. I sometimes just use it because you do need. There is a section where it's a little dark and you can't really see that much, so I like to use it there, just so I can get my bearings. Pro tip: recommend only flicking on, like in sections where you don't need to have it on all the way. This isn't like Outlast 2 where, you know, there's the Messiah trophy where if you you have to beat the game on insane mode without using up all the camera battery or at all changing it. Oh wait, let me put the audio back up. Audio is very important. I turned it off because I don't want to hear the screaming. Anyways, hide under this bed. You're pretty much gonna sit here. He's gonna start screaming, but as soon as he starts screaming, you're pretty much free to leave as soon as Traeger walks in. As soon as Traeger walks in and he starts walking past, you're pretty much free to leave. You outrun him. Plus, I think his actual like eyesight is just really bad. As soon as the second nobody, he starts to walk in. Is it the third? Oh, after he'll find you and he'll kill you. That's when he says it. Okay, as soon as he walks past. Yeah, no, he'll see you. No matter what. There's nothing that you can do about that. He will see you. You do want to jump in here instantly, because that's pretty much... He does just stop the aggro. I recommend pushing this first here. There is a thing right here. Push this first every single time. It does not matter. I recommend practicing this part multiple times. You want to push this every time, because as soon as you get through here, you are essentially, the strategy here is, you're going to run past here and then you're going to run into a room. And the reason why I have the camera out is because some of the rooms are dark. But he does not spawn yet. I don't remember if there is a battery here in like regular modes. I don't know if that's an RNG battery spawn, but I guess you could check it. Because why not? We are going to open this door though. Okay, I'm just going to put down my game audio because I feel like I'm blasting my ears out. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, the entire idea is run down here, cut into this door, and then we're just gonna lock him in there. I'm gonna see if I remember how to do this properly. Hopefully it looks good. He's gonna cut right through here. It doesn't matter. You just run in here. He'll chase you. But that's why you bring him around. You bring him around. Close the door. This is pretty much for free. Yeah, this strategy I do recommend being a little scared. Yeah, this part. Flick on and off the battery. Yeah, that part, I'm telling you, just get used to it, because there's a lot of times where I see players go for their insane run and they get a little hesitant around that, because they think, you know, he's gonna hit you. He will not hit you. He's legitimately kind of terrified. This part is also kind of the same thing. I do recommend, so pretty much what you're gonna do is, from here, you're gonna open the door, obviously, you're gonna go over, you're gonna grab the key, but he's gonna break in. Pretty much the entire idea is pretty much the same thing, except you can't close the door on him. You're pretty much just gonna bring him in here. Around here is where I think he loses sight of you by accident. I don't know if that's like by rendering or anything, or like if he can't just detect your character model after a certain distance, or like it's too dark. But he like kind of freaks out here. I do recommend getting him to chase you, because the thing is, when he stands right here and you try to run past him, the only other area that you could probably run to, depending on how far you are, because he might get to here, and then he might stop, but the second that you try running around, like, through here, he literally just cuts you off. He can just cut you off, so. I always recommend playing it safe, so when he runs right through here, you know, just go around him. Or bring him around, because you kind of have to hold his hand. It's pretty much trager, hold hand simulator. Got this. You kind of want him to come in here. Once again, you want him to kind of come in here. He'll break through. Whole idea is he will see you. I do like to run back here, though. Anyways. Yep, he sees you. Bring him around. It doesn't matter. He's too slow. You pretty much, as soon as you get past right through there, he's too slow. He can't catch up. And I think he also, like, somehow bugs at points. I think there's literally a point where he can literally just stop chasing you. But anyways, that's that part done. Strategy always works every time. I recommend practicing it, though. Yeah, then you can get your little cutscene. Hello. And you get to kill him for, like, God knows how many times. And now, the run ending part of this game is pretty much done. Because now you will, I'm gonna take us out here. You're gonna climb through here, per usual, and it's pretty much for free. The rest of this part's free.